Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate the opportunity Reece Supply Company has afforded us in presenting our product line to the industry and to their customer base. Excellart Sign Products. We're located in Olathe, Kansas, which is a suburb of Kansas City, Missouri. The company's been in business. The Ambrose family has owned them for 30 years now. And we also, the Ambrose family also owns a packaging company that we run out of the same facility here in Olathe. And we are very, very involved with the Tyson Foods and a lot of those good food packaging companies all over the country. We have updated our catalog. Our catalog was just updated in November of last year. I think you will find it very user-friendly. It's outstanding as far as information goes. We have everything, every product line that we offer, be it full-length product, knockdown kits, some specialty products that we offer as far as custom painting and custom kerf cutting is all available to you. You can download the catalog easily. All of our DWG files are located online, so you can access them easily and quickly. Our leadership team, Matt and Michael Ambrose, their family, their grandfather started the company 57 years ago. And the neat thing is we still have the first customer that he's ever had in the history of him conducting business. So that's outstanding. Brandon Gray is our production manager. Brandon's been with us for 6 years now. Outstanding, very good at what he does. Jennifer Peterman heads up our inside sales team, customer service. Jennifer's been with the company now for 14 years. Very, very knowledgeable with our product line. Can quote probably 90%, 95% of all jobs that come through her, and is outstanding at what she does. Matt and Michael grew up in this industry, so Matt has learned outside of his grandfather. I imagine Matt probably knows more about extrusion than anybody here. So it kind of gives you a background. We've got over 55 years of experience with the staff we have on hand in the sign industry. So any questions you may have, I think we can handle it on the electrical side of the industry. Yeah, we're part of a couple of national organizations, and some of the things that we get asked a lot out there is what are the benefits of aluminum extrusions, and we've done some cost benefit analysis of the product that I'll get into in a minute. But some of the key features that you get with aluminum extrusions, first being less fabrication time. Generally, when you get an extruded knockdown kit or even buy a custom full-length extrusion, you're probably about 40 to 45% of the way done with that job once you get a knockdown kit, put it together, and you're close to halfway done with being done with that sign and with a completed sign. Less maintenance. Aluminum, much more durable than metal, allowing for better weather conditions out there. Another key feature of aluminum, less weight, more strength. The other great thing about aluminum extrusion these days, these adhesives out there have gotten so good. There's 4 or 5 different adhesive companies out there. We really encourage sign companies all the time. Anything at 15 feet and less, put it together with an adhesive. That stuff is outstanding. You put a corner angle together with that adhesive, it's not going to go anywhere, especially if it's 15, 14 feet and lower on the ground. Here's a big example of what we've done. So we're a member of ISA and the World Sign Association also. So we did a cost benefit analysis of extrusion versus stick build or out there in the shop, and we basically did it across the country, be it in the north, south, southwest part of the U.S., California, Pacific Northwest, and the Southeast. What we found is the cost comparison between a stick build sign and a prefabricated knockdown kit, even figuring in all your material cost and all your labor cost. And we are fully aware that labor costs differentiate throughout the country, be it, if you're in the northeast part of the United States versus here in the plain states. It's obvious labor is going to be obviously more economical. So we took that all into consideration, and you add up the cost of extrusion and the labor it takes to, and the time it takes to fabricate it, and then you add that up with the cost of stick build, be it aluminum angle or a square aluminum tube, and then your labor into that. We came up with a 20% cost savings when you get to the end of that job. What we do at Excellart, depending upon the month, you'll get a balance of, let's just say, 60% of your sales in 1 month might be knockdown kits, 40% full length extrusion, and the next month, depending upon the order ratio or what sign companies have going on throughout the country, it could flip flop. It could be 40% knockdown kits, 60% full lengths. All of our extrusions are available in pre-cut knockdown kits, and basically we can get you anywhere from 4 inches out to 17 3/4 inches with the frame systems we have for our rigid face. We have 4-inch single face or double face up to a 12-inch double face frame system, and then when you pair those with eight standard retainer systems, we can get you out to an overall depth of 17 3/4 inches with a rigid face. With the flex face, we can get you out to about 21 inches total cabinet depth, and that's face to face. So what we offer is knockdown kits, custom knockdown kits, full length material. And we also do a fair amount of all of our angles. When you go to use our knockdown kits, all of our angles come from an extruded angle. So if you were, I always like to tell sign companies this and allude to it, because if you were to grab an angle that you got off of your local metal supplier that they delivered, it would not fit in our frame system. You get it about halfway in, and then you keep forcing it with a rubber hammer mallet, and it would not go in. So all of our angles are extruded. We have a page online that you can access. It basically is a request a kit online, and we ask you basically 7 questions. The height, the width, the depth you're looking for. Is it a rigid face? Is it a flex face? And we offer, our extrusions come in 2 different finishes. We come in a bronze finish and a mill finish. Probably 80, 90% of what's sold out of here is probably mill finish, and then the other 10, 20% is a bronze finish. Flex face knockdown kits. We offer three different three different flex frame extrusions. We have our flex retro frame, which is 2.75 inches deep. We have a flex standard frame, which is 3.75 inches deep. It's got a flange on the back that you can attach to your aluminum tube or angle that you're attaching it to. The third system we have is a flex integrated frame. Our flex integrated frame is 5.25 inches deep, and it has the beautiful thing about the flex integrated frame is it's got a built-in bottom and a built-in backer to it, to where, and then there's a little lip on the back that's accessible and basically will receive up to an 040 or an 063 backer. And it's a very convenient product. It is made specifically and only for LED illumination. On this page, you're seeing the offerings for our rigid face knockdown kits. We've got a custom 45-degree miter kit. We do, this is a good example. We can curve cut any frame system that we have in stock. The park sign you're looking at right there is actually a 12-inch wide frame system that we have curve cut in a blade sign. So we do that. We do that a lot. We've got a couple programs where we do some 12-inch curve cutting for blade signs. And another good example is the Excellart sign products down at the bottom. That's basically a 2-foot by 2-foot circle with a routed aluminum face with push-through plastic, and just gives you an idea of the capabilities of what the guys can do in the production area. Our architectural system, we can get you as shallow as 3.25 inches with our architectural knockdown kits, and get you out to a maximum depth of 16 inches deep. We achieve that by utilizing our 8-inch radius half ends, and we can pair that with a 12-inch frame and with our FF2 retainer and get you out to a total depth of 16 inches. You'd see a fair amount of these on banks, hospital locations throughout the country. So that's a very good product for us. We do curve cut the, we also curve cut the 3.25 architectural system. We do that quite frequently if you need an arch for an architectural system. This slide, our changeable copy. Our changeable copy kit is it has a mechanical arm. We can hold up to a 5x10. We can do a 5x10 double face. It's although most people are going with a lot of electronic message centers anymore for changeable copy units. They're becoming more economical. There's still quite a need. We still sell a large amount to schools, systems, school districts per se, churches. You still get a lot. There's a high demand for them still out there. We also have a split vandal cover and changeable copy locks on both sides. It's been a good product for us. We've had great success with this over the years. As I stated, all of full length extrusions at Excellart come in 26-foot stock lengths. We got some new products, some new products that we bring to market that may come in at 21 foot or 24 feet, depending upon the waste. We try to reduce that as much as possible. And the reason why Excellart full length units are in 26-foot lengths goes back to the days when everything was predominantly HO fluorescent out there in the marketplace. And you know, we've just maintained that lineal footage. It helps us with overcuts, whereas overcuts for knockdown kits is not as prevalent as it used to be. Still gives us that you know, 2 feet excess, foot and a half excess to play with. So divider bars, we have numerous divider bars: H divider bar, 1.5 inch, 2 inch divider bars. Channel letter raceway, we still sell the old 7x7 neon channel letter raceway, which is still popular with some old time neon guys that like that. Still like the a lot of the service guys still like the room and the flexibility it gives them to get their hand in there without beating their hands up. And we sell a 4 3/4 inch by 5 inch raceway and a 4 inch by 7 inch raceway also. So we stock all three of those at all times. Divider bars, as I alluded to, we have 8 standard retainer systems, and that doesn't include our IDS frame system, which has 3 different retainer systems. We have two. We have 1.5 inch and 2 inch, and those are both accessible to a hanging bar and to for pan faces. The narrow wall mount system. This is a new product that we introduced in the 4th quarter of last year. This has been a great product for us. We've done numerous hospitals with the product, and the beauty of this product is the simplicity of the. It's basically a narrow wall mount type system, and we can get you as shallow as 2 inches with a rigid face or a plastic Lexan face, anywhere from 2 inch depth out to 4 3/8 inch depth. And then we can also we also have the flexibility of a flex frame system that mounts to that wall mount, and that'll get you out to 5 1/4 inches. That the beauty of this product is that it hinges from the top. So with our hinge system, it'll hinge from the top, and the 2 sides and the bottom will be a solid retainer. So if you had FF hinged on the top, your 2 sides would be FF solid on the 2 sides and on the bottom. That product comes in 21-foot lengths, and that was more for the it just allowed for the first large program we did with that. It was conducive to eliminating the waste for that particular job. Probably the biggest explosion we've had in business over the last 2-3 years has been our kerf cutting department. As I alluded to earlier, we can kerf cut every frame system we have on the floor here, and it's been huge for us. And people, you know, at first it was, okay, what are we doing with this, and where are we going with it? But you know, basically every electrical sign company in this country has got very talented individuals that kerf cut on a daily basis, but it's very labor intense. So, you know, using us to do your kerf cutting to satisfy your kerf cutting needs, you're basically transferring the labor from your shop to our shop. And you know, it's a fascinating process. It's purely a manual process. It's very hard to, even with the high-tech saws that you have out there, it's very hard to do custom kerf cutting with automated technology. We do that to a point, but there also comes a time when you have to just get it off the automated saw, pull it down, and hand notch it like the good folks all across the country have been doing for years. The beauty of it is we kerf cut every frame system, but predominantly over the last 5-6 years, we've done the flex integrated system that's made specifically for LED technology. The neat thing is, so the A you're looking at is basically from a job we did up in Minnesota about 3 years ago. And the neat thing about this is that's only a 4-foot tall channel letter. So the radius inside there in the interior of the A, that's a 4-inch tight radius. So like everything in the electrical sign industry, going back to the neon days, the smaller it is, seems like the more labor there is involved in it. Just as much labor in a 12-inch tall letter as there seemed to be in a 24-inch letter. So it kind of gives you the capabilities of what the guys on the shop floor are capable of, getting down to that tight of a radius where you're almost cutting on top of each other. The circle, the large circle sign up top you're seeing, that's our 12-inch frame, and that's been, we've had great success curve cutting all of our frame systems over the years. There's the Bell Bank job we did. Some of the other jobs we did, Capital One, we did that 2 years ago. That's actually in Washington, D.C. The C and the O on that wall, that's about 40 stories up, and the C and the O are 26 foot tall, and all the lowercase letters are 12 foot tall. Probably the flagship project we did was when Cowboy Stadium down there in Dallas, Texas opened up, when Jerry Jones built that place, and the good folks down there in Arlington. So AT&T Stadium, we were fortunate enough to get that project, and it's been very, very good to us over the years. And then about a year after we did the AT&T Stadium, along came an opportunity to do the Panther there at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. That was probably, from a custom perspective, that was probably one of the most enjoyable jobs the guys in the shop did. That Panther is actually 45 feet from his back to his left ear, and there were about 25 different custom radius angles curve cut into that, and that Panther logo is on each end of the stadium. That was their most enjoyable. It was very labor intense, but the guys really enjoyed it when that was all said and done. Last week we just shipped the letters out for SoFi Stadium out in Los Angeles, the new home of the Los Angeles Chargers and Los Angeles Rams. So we shipped that job just last week, and those letters will actually be 37 foot tall block letters, and fabricated in 2 different sections. So that will be anxious to see what that turns out on top of their stadium next year. With our curve cut, it's real simple. What we encourage sign customers to do, all you have to do is send us over a PDF and an EPS file, and we convert all of your drawings into SolidWorks. We work in SolidWorks, and that way we can basically calculate all the radius angles and the lineal footage required for the job. We will write all the measurements on that drawing and email that back to you for your approval to make sure that that agrees with all the measurements that you have for the job. And we do that with every custom curve cut job before we go into production. We'll figure it out. We'll calculate it on our end. We'll send it to you. Make sure you agree with all the radius angles and the lineal footage required for that job. And then we get that approval before we even go into production. It's a great process. Generally, I like to say we turn quotes around really quick. I like to think that if you get a quote into us by, say 1 o'clock that same day, you'll get it. You may not get it back by the end of business that day. You might get it back that night if the folks that if we have a lot of folks traveling and estimating. But we will get it back to you definitely within a 12-hour time frame, 12-hour business day time frame. Some of the other services we offer, we've gotten a lot of the mills. So we deal with 3 or 4 different mills around the country, and a lot of them are starting to offer services up as like custom punching of extrusion, and they also offer up paint and powder coating. We've got 2 mills that will do vertical wet paint line, and then all 3 of the ones that we deal with do custom powder coating too. With the powder coating, a lot of the 2 of the mills only allow you to choose from an RAL color, and then we have 1 mill that can do PMS colors. We can cross-reference them, and they will do custom colors in powder coating. Powder coating is very popular. We're fortunate in the sense that we're also a sister company of ours is a packaging company. So it's, you know, we've got some packaging materials that allow us to package it properly, and just through trial and error, we know what works best and what we can put into a crate without it rubbing. And the tough part about powder coating is your touch up. It's almost impossible to touch up, where with wet paint, we can send over some bottles for you to touch it up with. Custom dyes, we deal in 2 other industries also. So we are constantly selling custom dyes through our mills. Probably, you know, I would say probably 70% of what we sell is sign industry related with custom dyes, 30% non-sign industry. But we do custom dyes weekly around here. I really encourage you to you know, call our office. Probably 6 times out of 10, you're going to get Jennifer. Jennifer's outstanding. She can answer, you know, majority of questions you have. When it comes to custom kerf cutting, we've got 3 of us that quote that. So I encourage you to give us a call, and we'll get that to you. There's an example of some of what I alluded to earlier about the custom paint. We have anodization offerings too. Actually, one of the mills that we deal with has one of the largest anodization baths in the United States. It's not as popular it was 5 years ago, but it's still we still see the need for it, and we get multiple orders throughout the year for anodization. If you want to just send over a general quote request, please feel free to do so at sales@Excellart.com. We respond to those immediately. You will generally get 9 times out of 10, you'll get a quote back in 2 hours or less, I would say, off that website, off going to that email or just our general email box. 800 number 800-627-9044. We greatly appreciate everybody's business. Thank you very much. Hope everyone's doing well in these trying times out there. And if there's anything we can do for you, please give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd be more than happy to take care of, give you a quote, and love an opportunity to earn your business.